Hey everybody, it's Wolfhound here. Uh, been playing a lot of Monster Hunter World lately, and a couple of my friends asked me what it's like, and decided to make a little video to show them. This is some of the late game armor that I'm wearing, so if you do decide to get the game, don't expect to get this equipment I've got here right away, but it still gives you a good idea of how the game actually plays. So, first things first, where I am right now is the gathering hub, or not the gathering hub, it's the hub, basically, the headquarters. And from here you go to the quest board, and I'm just going to pick a nice mid-range monster to fight an Anjanath. So, from basically your base, you pick your quest, press the button, takes you there. Really simple. Always important to eat before a hunt. You get bonuses from it.
Mm-hmm. Disconnected.
And also buff before hunts. Got thrown there for a minute by TeamSpeak, didn't realize it was open. You see these little green glowy things that I'm following right here are actually called scout flies. I've already hunted a lot of this particular monster, so the scout flies are already on its track because of all the previous hunts I've done of it. And it looks like the scout flies are confused as to where we're supposed to be going now, but while we're doing that, I'm going to gather these bones. So normally, if you haven't like hunted a lot of a monster, you would have to actually find these like footprints and stuff like that. That was good timing on the ground so you can track it. But like I said, I've already hunted plenty of Anjanath. Now what I'm doing here is I'm using this weapon is called the Insect Glaive, and I'm using the insect part of it right now to get me some buffs. Jumped onto the back of the Anjanath, which is exactly what I wanted. Oh. Didn't want to get phased about his tail right there, but I survived. And now I've cut his tail off. It's not usually a good idea to do this, and it wasn't that time either. You see those little clouds that my little bug guy is leaving? those are actually status effect clouds that if I hit them and detonate them while the Anjanath is near them, it's going to inflict them with a paralysis status. So it's not going to do that all every time. I have to actually build the status up on him before I can actually get the effect. But once I detonate enough of those clouds, he is going to get paralyzed, and I'm going to be able to just wail on him for free. And there he goes. Ooh, and we got him caught in an environmental mine trap. Always a plus. Alright, see how he's limping there? That means we've hurt him really bad. Like, he actually wants to go back to his nest right now. But he used a flash bug to stun him for a second, put him in a trap, and throw down some tranquilizer bombs, and we can actually capture him. So, that's pretty much how the insect glaive plays. You know, a lot of high flying. Definitely didn't just say high-flying there. But high-flying, fast-paced action. Get your buffs from the little insect guy at the beginning of combat. And from there you just basically stay mobile. Keep hitting him while trying to avoid getting hit. And that's pretty much that. That took 6 minutes 51 seconds. It's not bad. I like the insect glaive because with it I can really easily avoid damage or getting damaged, because I can just kind of be very mobile and stay out of the way. Right now I'm petting my pet pig. That is actually kind of an important thing, but I'm not getting right now to why. Go ahead and select the same quest again. One of the things I love in this game is item loadouts. Instead of going back and manually replenishing all the items that I just used, I can just go through and select and load out, and I'm going to do the same for my equipment right here. So this is a totally different armor set, weapon, everything that I had saved to a different loadout slot. And we're going to go see how differently this particular weapon fights. which incidentally this weapon is the gun lance. And yes, that is exactly what it sounds like. It is a gun that is also a lance. More lance than gun, though. In fact, with this particular one, I really don't use the gun part at all. That is an option on some of them, just not what this particular one's good at. Again, drinking my buffs. Those buffs last the entire quest, no matter how long it is, or at least until I die. The other buffs I have don't last longer than about 3 or 4 minutes, I think. So I'm gonna wait till I get to the guy before I take those buffs. So you can see I've got a shield here, so what I'm going to actually, instead of being all high flying and highly kinetic, I'm just going to get in his face and I'm going to poke him, but he's a little too tall for me right now. Stab him in the taint. Oh, bastard. Sharpen the lance real quick. Did not think he was going to go through that wall at me. I'm actually going to use a health potion. Now these little things right here are just out of my reach apparently. Those are flash flies. They can actually stun him. That right there, the little flick that I'm doing, that's actually a reload move that I'm doing. You'll notice I haven't shot anything, but I'm basically abusing it to get out my high damage attacks quicker. I just shot on accident. Away, do a full reload. Now, whoever's watching this, and if you're not one of my friends, then, well, thank you for watching. If you are one of my friends, I guess, thank you for watching too, but I kind of made this video for you guys. So, you're welcome. But yeah, if anybody's watching this and you notice like my health going up randomly during the fight, and you know, whenever I hit the guy instead of missing him like I was doing there a second ago, that's because of some of the skills I've got in the game for my armor, as well as an augmentable weapon. I've got, if you see the little green cloud every like so many hits, that right there, that's from the armor, and then just the small amounts on every hit. I shouldn't have done that. I thought it was going to be a little... thought he was going to recover and get back in range of that. So, once again, we beat him to the point where he's running away and wants to die or go back to his mess and sleep. He doesn't want to die, he just wants to go back to his mess and sleep. And then we can capture him. So, yeah, I actually really like both of those weapons. The gun lance is what I've been playing with a little more recently. You can see we actually did that slightly faster than with the insect glaive. Basically the only times where I got hit there were times where I was being a little careless whenever I should have been blocking and was attacking instead. But you know, I hope that gives you a pretty good idea for how combat works in the game, how combat with different weapons in the game is very different. And by no means is that even that complete, I guess is the best word I was going to use. By no means is that a complete representation of combat in the game, because you have to remember, those are two different weapon types. There are 14 weapon types in the game, and each one fights pretty differently. I'd say the lance and the gun lance probably have the most in common, but even then, I was actually surprised whenever I started using the gun lance after using the lance how different they actually are. So, if what you saw interested you, I mean, I do recommend the game. It's a whole lot of fun. As you can see, your headquarters is made out of various wrecked ships. And yeah, that had nothing to do with anything. I guess that's my ADD kicking in. Anyway, very fun game. Lots of cool visuals. You make all your armor out of pieces of the monsters that you fight. Like, that's why there's a face of my shield, and my lance is actually the tail of the monster it came from. It's a little monster called Devil Joe. You'll learn to love and hate him if you do get the game. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that, and hope you found it a little informative for how the game actually works. Later.